Seen a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Cousins on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs has intended Receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. They'll run on first down. Boom. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mike Boone, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like. Go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Pickup of 3 brings up second and 7.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. And what's that? And what's the block?
Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. On first down. Boom. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down and 4, Cousins. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not... Before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
Cousins now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Cousins now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's first and 10. On the carry, it's Boone. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage and moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
7 yards there and a first down. Cousins going to come up on a first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly.
And now look at him go. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a rip.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 23. On first down at Stanford. And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 13-year man puts it through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 16-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins going deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A first down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And there he goes again. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point good by Prater, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
From the 25 on second down, Cousins going deep for Diggs. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep.
Here's Cousins. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Cousins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ready. 280. Mike 58 right there. Alert.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Again, they're going to go with Boone. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. They'll run on 1st down. Kelly, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Quaker Omaha. Mike 59.
Kelly tries the right side. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Judd Kelly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Jones has it. 11 yards there. 1st down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 2nd and 1, Stafford flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
Go, boys, let's go. Let's go.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting...
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80! Hey, easy! Check, Omaha!
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Boone here. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Cousins on target to Diggs. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. Cousins now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Boone. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 16, Cousins, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more? And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Anthony Barr able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford now to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. Out of his end zone, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw now in his own end zone. This is Johnson. He's got it. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings first down.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down. Boom. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
6-man. Check curls.
On 2nd and a yard, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here's Madison running on 1st down. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Good route here.
Cousins now from the 50. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
running from the shotgun with Madison. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. The lefty to Vecchio now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A good throw here finding Pascal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Stafford now 9 of 17 through the air. Stafford now to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, Stafford. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Now Prater to add the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what if...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Hughes on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that?